Right then, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going on a little drive and we are going to be discussing, what are we going to be discussing? We're going to be having a chat about my spec reveal for my 2022 8Y Audi Rs3. Now, this has been sort of an ongoing process for me because I wasn't actually able to get a build slot at first. I applied right when they came out back at the start of 2021. Couldn't get a build slot, and obviously there's been delays with cars due to lack of chips and whatever else. But I couldn't get a build slot. So recently, about, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, that would have been like sort of November, December time, I managed to get myself in on a slot that someone had dropped out of. I wanted a Vorsprung edition and I'd been sort of waiting for that moment. A couple of carbon blacks had come up, but I couldn't really justify sort of 60-ish grand on a car without a pan roof. And I don't know, for those of you that know, but the carbon black car comes with carbon accents and black wheels and all the bits you really would want, but it doesn't have a pan roof. So I just couldn't justify a 65 grand car without a pan roof, and being as it's going to become my new daily, you know, it's nice, especially with the 5-cylinder sound. It's nice without having to open the windows, just to be able to pop the roof and have a little listen. So that's sort of the reason for waiting as long as I have. But I've just had notification that my car is actually has left the factory, it's on its way to the port, and it should be with me sort of mid-Feb. For sort of financial reasons, I've got the option to wait until the 1st of March if I choose to do so, being as obviously, like, it's another payday, I can fund it much more easily, whatever else. So I have that option if I need it. But at the moment, yeah, the car's due sort of next week or two, with Audi West London. So there'll be a collection video on that soon. But without further ado, let's get into the spec of what I've actually gone for, why I've gone for it, and yeah, sort of the reasons and what you should pick when you're speccing your Rs3 if you choose to get one. So let's start with the colour. So I've previously had a black 8V Rs3 saloon. I had that. I had a carbon body kit on it, which was like an aftermarket extra. I had it tuned at DMS to 500 horsepower. So for me, that car was basically the best version of the Rs3 that it could have been at the time. So there was that car. I had that in black, and when it come to this car, I thought, well, black would be nice because it's just, you know, it's nice and like simple, subtle, fits in with the crowd. But then if you open the pipes, give it some welly, then you've got what turns out to be a very aggressive 3 and a bit to second 60 car, with a load of noise and a load of drama. So for me, that was the best car at the time. And being in black, I've now decided that I can't really repeat that, because I've been there and done it. So there was other options. There was white, which I've got the Macan in white. There was red. I don't think I could really do another red car. I had the 718 in red, Boxster. So, you know, I was kind of just looking around and I've already ticked a lot of the boxes. So what I thought I'd do is I'd go for the Daytona Grey Pearl Effect. I'll pop an image of that on the screen just so you can see what it looks like now. Let's get on to the other parts of the car, the spec, the wheels, whatever else. So as you may know, you have sort of 4 versions of the Rs3. You have the base edition, you have the launch edition, which has some extras, and that's sort of been the first cars to get released. Then you have the base edition, which is just basic car, silver wheels, chrome accents around the car. Yeah, the most basic form, basically no pan roof, no extra bits on it. So I don't think it even comes with sports exhaust unless you option it. So then on from that, you then have the carbon black, which is the next stage up. That car comes with black wheels, carbon accents, no pan roof though. You can't even option it, even if you wanted to select the box. yeah, so black wheels, carbon accents. It comes with carbon mirror caps, carbon side skirts, a boot spoiler, like a fishtail, so it sort of comes along and goes up and down. Fishtail spoiler on there. So that all comes as standard on the carbon black car. But the problem that I found is that they don't really give you much room for options on the car. Like you can option a sports exhaust, you can option like 360 camera, head-up display, dynamic pack, which gives you the speed increase to 174 miles an hour in the UK. I think the European cars actually go to 180, but in the UK you get 174. You also get ceramic brakes. So that's the carbon black. You can option a few extra bits on there to get to that stage. With those options on the carbon black car, you're at 60 grand. And you don't have a panoramic roof, which just doesn't make sense to me. So hence why I waited and went for the 4-sprung edition. So the 4-sprung is top of the tree. That car comes with black gloss accents. So it's a bit disappointing because you can't mix and match these versions of the car, which, you know, maybe later on in a year or two when they perhaps do a facelift or whatever, they're going to offer these as a combination rather than just having, you can only have carbon bits on the carbon car, and on the 4-sprung you can only have gloss black. Because for me, for the car that's at the top of the tree, it should have the option to put carbon on there, really. So going back to the 4-sprung, then you have gloss black accents, you have black wheels with sort of a white silver trimming. I haven't actually been able to see it in person yet, this the 4-sprung. I've seen carbon black and I've seen the base car, but the base car has the silver wheels, carbon black, with the black wheels, no other accents on there, no like silver additions, it's just black wheels on there. And the 4-sprung has black wheels with silver accents, which could go either way. It could really set off the car nicely, or it might have been better just to have the carbon black with the plain black wheels, because as you know, you probably see a lot of other cars about with just plain black, and that really sets them off quite nice. So going on from that, then the 4-sprung, you get head-up display, pan roof, black wheels with silver accents, gloss black exterior, and that car is about a 4 grand uplift on the carbon black car. So with Daytona grey and all the boxes ticked, my car comes out about 64 grand, and that'll be with us sort of next couple of weeks. So when talking about the sort of the carbon black versus the 4-sprung, to be honest, the ideal car to get your hands on would have been the launch edition, but obviously you get selected, there's a select few people that actually are able to get those. It tends to go to car garages that have like put out a request for it from very early on, and that have a relationship with Audi from sort of day dot. Whereas I'm not in that position. I haven't actually ever bought a car from Audi. My Rs3 was from Ash Motors up in Leeds, so I've never actually had contact with Audi, so I wouldn't be in a position to get a launch edition car. So for me, the best thing to do was wait as long as I have, jump in on, well, basically I got lucky, jumped in on the slot on a 4-sprung. I mean, I think there's probably only 5 or 6 4-sprungs actually out on sale around the country at the minute. So when you look at that, in comparison to the fact that I'm getting mine in a week or two, I think I've got pretty lucky and managed to get myself a slot. Basically, the car's going to be with us in a couple of weeks. So I hope you enjoyed the video and this sort of gave you an idea of what we're going to be getting. I hope it gave you an idea of maybe what you should do if you're looking to get an Rs3. Like and subscribe. I haven't actually asked anyone to do that so far, so a bit of a rookie error from me. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.